Tim, how are they likely to receive this peace plan there?
I think with great scepticism for a number of reasons. The primary one, this idea of a ceasefire sounds great, and Colonel Gaddafi's played a good card. Yes, I'm a reasonable man, I'll have a ceasefire. But what about that caveat, as long as NATO has a ceasefire? Now, where's the detail on this? If NATO agreed that if both sides cease fire, they will cease operations, does it allow Colonel Gaddafi to move all his armour and all his military around, for example? And that's not clear because it's too broad brush, which is why I'm sceptical. I think he's played a good card. He comes across as, yes, I'll have a peace, we'll have dialogue, we'll have a ceasefire. So it comes here. In theory, they could accept a ceasefire here as long as they got a guarantee that no armour could move. In fact, none of Gaddafi's forces could move. But then you see, then you've already got to take this piece of paper, such as it is, back to Tripoli and ask those sorts of details. And you've got to put it to NATO, and the NATO has to put it to the capitals. So, we're in detail, and once you get into detail, it gets very difficult. Also, this idea that the subject of Mr. Gaddafi standing down was broached by the AU, well, that makes it sound good. Oh, yes, we've entered dialogue about whether he should stand down. But I don't believe it. I think it's simply that they raised the issue, and then they said in their communique, it is for the Libyan people to decide who will lead Libya. So I don't think they really got into that. I don't think Gaddafi's about to stand down. So what the thing to watch for here today is to try and get some detail on the movement of NATO and its role in a ceasefire. But also, will this side try also to appear reasonable by accepting a ceasefire in general once they get more detail, or will they have a precondition, we're not having a ceasefire until he stands down? Because if they say that, it makes them look like the ones who've turned it down. So it's going to be a difficult day for the rebels and a very difficult day for the African Union.